And looking at Denmark, what's the time in Denmark at the moment? Edgar or Gitte?
6 o'clock
6 o'clock. Because
in the evening, yeah.
You're in Berlin at the moment, Gitte, if I got it right.
Yes, I am, yeah. In
And
Berlin, in Germany.
Oh, and you, Edgar, where are you?
Yeah, I'm still in Denmark, and it's the same time. So
okay, and you in Aarhus?
Yes, I'm in Aarhus.
Okay, what is it weather like in Aarhus today?
It's amazing, sunny, not that windy, like amazing weather. I love it.
Fantastic. And well, thank you, Pilar and Universidad Nacional, for having us again today with you, and inviting the students and alumni at Universidad. Fantastic. We always have very great events with you. More than 350 people have signed up for today's event. So Pilar, would I say some words to the community?
Yes, thank you very much to invite us, to take us into account for the Universidad Nacional de Colombia. It's always a pleasure to have this kind of events with such a great opportunities for our academic community. And our director, Professor Melba Cárdenas, sends you greetings and thanks a lot for this kind of events, of information also. As I told you before, we have 9 campuses around the country of the Universidad Nacional. So it's amazing to connect Dinamarca and these kind of Nordic universities with our regions in Leticia, in the Amazon region, and to the north at the Caribbean campus. And thank you very much to have this information, especially for us. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Pilar. So say like when people think about the Nordic countries, a lot of people think, oh, they're cold, it's far away. I think that's what a lot of people think when they start to think about the Nordic countries. I wouldn't say that it's that far away, actually. Like, I'm talking about like you need to cross like the ocean and then another flight. So it might be about to get to Denmark, probably might be about 13 hours to get to Denmark, about that. And then, so the best way is like to fly into Copenhagen, and then you go to Aarhus, which is about 4 hours by bus, or you can also take the train, which is a very good option, or you can take a plane as well. That's another option. But it's not that far away. If you look at the weather, like Edgar just said, oh, it's sunny today, it's not that windy, it's an amazing weather, and that is pretty much what spring and summer is about in autumn as well. Like, what is it about Denmark? Like, definitely say Denmark is a very flat country, and I think you got the highest mountain close to you. What is the highest peak in Denmark?
I think it's about 120 meters or 130, something like that, and it's called the Heaven Mountain.
Oh, wow.
Almost the highest point is called the Heaven Mountain.
Wow. Yeah, as you know, here in Colombia, we are about...
Edgar's laughing, but that's what it's called.
Here in Colombia, we're at about, Bogota is at almost like 2,600 meters. So yeah, it's a bit more flat. And it's a country with a lot of very beautiful beaches. You're always close to the waterfront, always close to water. And that is, look at Aarhus, is on the waterfront. You've got the water, you've got the sea in front of you. It's an amazing place. We're going to do like a short presentation about us. Well, a lot of you already know us, but I'm going to do like a short presentation, and then I will leave it for Edgar and Gitte, who will tell a bit more about Aarhus in particular. So I'm going to share my presentation screen. 1 second here. So I think you should now see some Northern Lights. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, fantastic. So yeah, what you can see here is some Northern Lights, and talking about Northern Lights is quite interesting because quite recently you could see Northern Lights all around the entire globe, not in Colombia, but you could see more or less like around the entire globe, which is not very common. But in general, when you can see the Northern Lights, I would say Autumn is a very good time. And also winter. But I thought it was winter, but no, a lot of people told me that was better. You can even like it's better. It's easier to see even during the autumn. So the farther north you go, the easier it is to see them. Um, so my name is Jörgen Sjöberg. I'm the founder of Instituto Nordico, a company I founded back in 2007. And since 2015, we have been working directly with the universities in the Nordic countries. Among them, we got Uppsala, we got Chalmers, we got Aarhus that we recently signed an agreement with. When it comes to us, what we can help you for free without any cost the entire application process, writing the motivation letter, helping with the visa, and before you're leaving, then we'll connect you with the Latin American community of students that already are in Denmark. So we'll connect you to the ones even like before you're going. They can ask you a question about, I don't know, food, whatsoever. That's another thing that we do. But all these things are completely free. So we don't want to charge you anything for all these things. You will pay the semester fee to the university, and that's it. But you don't need to pay anything for us for all this service I just told you about. So when you look at like the Nordic countries, these are quite some very interesting photos. Look, as you can see, most of them got like water, like Stockholm, city on water pretty much. Got a lot of islands. Looking at Norway, a lot of fjords, very beautiful fjords. Lapland in Finland, well, a lot of forests, a lot of lakes. And well, Denmark is Aarhus here. It doesn't show the waterfront, but what I would like to tell a bit more about Aarhus is the church you can see here. It's like the cathedral, something I really liked when I was in Aarhus, because in the church you can see the Vikings. You can see like Viking ship, you can Viking paintings. So if you're really into Vikings, well, Aarhus is a good option for you. I was quite surprised, but I thought Sweden was very big on that. Well, I think Aarhus is very big on Vikings. But it's a very, very beautiful place. Yes, in front, it's got like the sea in front of you, and yeah, it's really, really beautiful place. Another interesting thing when talking about is about sustainability. When I talk about the Nordic countries, as you can see here, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, looking at sustainable development. So really into sustainable development, well, the Nordic region is a fantastic place. I'm not sure if that is the last year or what, but yeah, the first three, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, quite impressive. And that is a lot about what Denmark was is focusing on, like engineering, renewable energy. This is something that Denmark is very, very focused on. And they need you, really. They need a lot of engineers and people in natural science. And the opportunities are huge in these areas. Like the companies are like eager to have you working for you when you finish your studies. Then it's another slide. Why the Nordic countries really looking for you? Well, one of the biggest reasons, like the population is aging, and that is another interesting thing. A lot of people ask us, so is there an age limit to study in the Nordic countries? No, it doesn't matter. The age is not a problem in the Nordic countries. I would say for my age, like to have like 40 or 50 years old is not a problem because that is about experience, because knowledge, and that is something they need in the Nordic countries. If we look at like entrepreneurship and innovation, look at Denmark. Well, a lot of people say, Pandora is Danish, for example. Another thing that people don't know is that Lego is Danish. It's not American, it's Danish. And you can even go to Legoland, which is like pretty much like Disneyland, but Legoland, it's quite close to Aarhus, where you can experience like the real experience about Lego. We talk about renewable energy. Well, as I said, they got a lot of experience in this field. Yeah, they need a lot of people. What happens in the Nordic, like a lot of people finish the bachelor's degree nowadays, but if they continue to master degrees, it's getting more and more common. And what that says, even like to find a job when you've done a master degree, it's very easy. In particular, in natural science, STEM areas, engineering, very quite easy to find a job. So we represent quite a few universities, as you can see here. So you can see here like Uppsala, Lund, BI, among other ones. And we will help you to do the application for free. Because there's application fee, but that is directly to university. You won't pay us anything for what we do. So look about Aarhus. They got two scholarships, which are just for Mexicans and for Colombians. 100% scholarship for tuition fee. And also one with a 50%. When we talk about, a lot of people ask us about PhD studies. In case of Aarhus, you can do combination, 2 years of master and continue with a PhD. In Denmark and in Nordic region, PhD studies are a work position, so you get paid to do a PhD. It depends a little bit, but I would say like the first year of studies, then you get about, I think it's about 4,000 euros monthly salary, if I'm not wrong. Get that? Do you know how much you get like doing the PhD studies, more or less?
I just have to calculate it in my head to euros. I think it's around, depending on if you have graduated your master degree or not, I'll get to that as well. If you have graduated from your master degree, I think it's about 4,000 euros per month. Maybe 3,000 euros per month. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. So you get paid a bit, 3,000 and 4,000 euros a month doing a PhD studies in the Nordic in Denmark, and they are 3 years long. So master degree plus PhD, 5 years. That's it. So when you're talking about like studies in Nordics, I think the most important thing here is the English level. And in case of Aarhus, you need to have an TOEFL IBT of 83. That's it, or an IELTS academic, which is 6.5. So it doesn't matter really about the band score, but still you need to be on a C1 level. So like an IELTS academic 6.5 or TOEFL 83. That's what you need. And it's also very important to look at the prerequisites for the program. So that something we can help you with as well, because you need to fulfill, for example, if you're going to study physics, you need to have certain credits in physics, otherwise you won't get accepted. But that is something we can help you with without any cost. So when it comes to finance studies, I would say a very good option here is called Futuro. And if you return to Colombia, you just need to return to Colombia right after you finish your studies. So you can stay abroad in total for 3 years and then go back to Colombia, or you can be in Colombia, be abroad, come back to Colombia 1 year and back, but you need to have been here, been back. You need to have been about 3 years in total. Then they will reduce the loan up to 80%. And this is everything about like if you work in the industry, if you work as a teacher, if you work outside Bogota, yeah, they reduce your loan up to 80% if you decide to return to Colombia when you finish the studies. Another option is a tax, a 0% interest rate during the studies, and this will lend you up to 25,000 US dollars. I know everything is about like take a loan. I think for me, a loan and an indication is an investment, because in the long run, I spoke with one guy, I think it was this weekend actually, said, "Oh, so what's the salary like?" Well, if you look at in renewable energy, yeah, the annual salary is between 45,000 euros and 70,000 euros. So start to look at it. Well, the loan is 50,000 US dollars in case of Futuro, which is pretty much what you might need if you don't get a scholarship. But look at that hand, in 2 or 3 years time, you'll be able to pay it back, or even less, which is, I think, is quite good. Another thing I want to tell you about is our fair. We still need to confirm the dates here at Universidad Nacional. But it's a fair we do when we invite universities we work with, when we talk about studies at the universities. And yeah, it's a very good fair. Last we had about 2,000 people, and we also got like the ambassadors from the Nordic countries come to our fair talking about studies. So that's the fair coming up. So it's going to be next semester. When I talk about, well, we started sending the students that study in Nordic countries back in 2015. We knew also like to have a coffee with them before the leaving, and this was the meeting we had last year. And what I show with this photo is like from where they have studied. Like you can see, well, Universidad Nacional, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the guys here sitting here with us are from Universidad Nacional, and actually about 50% of the ones who apply to study in Nordic countries are from Universidad Nacional, so about 50%. But I would also like to show you here is that it doesn't really matter where you have studied. The most important thing is that you got good grades and a good English level. I think that is the most important thing when it comes to study abroad, in particular in the Nordics. So tell me a bit more about us. Well, we teach some languages. We got a Swedish course and Finnish, Norwegian courses. We also got an IELTS preparation course. So you need to to prep for IELTS. We got a preparation course. Well, this course costs some money, but we got a native speaker who's actually an IELTS examiner doing the preparation course. It was a Swedish test center. We can have to study in 27 countries in total. That is not about higher education. You can also do, I'd like to improve my English level in Malta. We can also help with that. We're studying that in UK whatsoever. It will help you for free. Looking for accommodation with the visa process. We also got an official translator to do like the official translations. Yes, that costs some money to do the official translations and do the course with us, but everything else is completely for free. Okay. So here are our contact details. Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We now got to contact this by registering at this event. But yeah, please follow us on all this social media. And that's about it, my short presentation. So who will continue now with the presentation? Is it Gitte or is it Edgar?
I'll start and then Edgar will take over. Let's see if I can open here.
Gitte, are you going to have are you going to show any videos?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, because then you need to share your audio. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I struggle with the connection, and I didn't want to risk it being in Berlin at a hotel. Let's just see if I can get this. It's a slideshow. Okay, is it looking right on your screen? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Great. Perfect. So yeah, thank you so much again for having us, and thank you for wanting to hear a little bit about Aarhus University in Denmark. I'm really excited to see so many of you today, and I really hope that some of you will apply and come to Aarhus University. So I'm Gitte. I work at the International Office with Recruitment and Communication, and then Edgar is also with me. He's one of our current students and also one of our student assistants in the International Office. Aarhus University is a public research university in Aarhus. We have around 36,000 students, 12% are international. We have 115 different nationalities, so you can meet a lot of different people on campus. We also have a few famous alumni. Our now King Frederik of Denmark studied a degree in political science. The Queen actually also studied on campus, the former Queen. So we can still say that we're the only university where the royal family have studied in Denmark. Jørgen Knudstrup, the former CEO of Lego. As Jørgen said, Lego is Danish. It's an hour and a half from our campus. So we actually also have a lot of both Danish and international students doing student jobs at Lego and also getting work there afterwards. So you can reach out to some of our current students if you want to hear more about that. Then Bjarne Stoustrup, the inventor of C++, studied in the 70s at Aarhus University. Lena Haug, the first researcher ever to stop light, studied physics. And Anders Fogh Rasmussen, the former Secretary General of NATO, also studied at Aarhus University. Rankings, there's a lot of different rankings. As you can see here, we rank between 78 and 169, depending on the ranking. So normally in the top 150 in the world. So, and also in some sub-rankings, we rank even higher. So teaching at Aarhus University is research-based, of course, being a research university. So you will be taught by active researchers. So for instance, You would be taught by one of the world-leading professors in cryptology if you study computer science and take courses in this. And still, the learning environment is very informal. You will call your teachers by their first name. You are more than welcome to go by their office if you have any questions. Learning in classes are very discussion-based and open dialogue. So that's a way of learning. You also sometimes have study groups with other students where you do projects together, again, depending on the course. So it's very informal, Scandinavian teaching style that we believe is a good way of preparing you for a future career. And then where are we? Placed on a map here in Europe, as you can see, which is north of Germany and just south of Norway and Sweden. So we're part of Scandinavia, but we're the southern part. So it doesn't get as dark in the winter and maybe not as cold as you would if you go to Finland or Sweden or Norway. And then you are directly connected to the rest of Europe. This also gives you a lot of good opportunities to visit other European countries while being here. We see a lot of international students taking advantage of this for long weekends or holidays throughout the year. And then Denmark, a very small country, around 6 million people. Copenhagen is the capital. Everyone, of course, speaks Danish, but also almost everyone speaks English. And the level of English in Denmark is very good. So even if you talk to the bus driver, if you get lost or something, they would be able to talk to you in English. If you're in the supermarket and can't figure out if you're buying milk or yogurt or whatever you're trying to find, they can also help you in English. So it's very easy and you can get an international experience without actually having to learn Danish. Still, we offer free Danish classes for international students, so we do encourage you to learn. Also, Denmark is a very safe country, one of the top 5 safest countries in the world, also one of the happiest and also the lowest level of corruption. So it's a very good place to come as an international student. And then working in Denmark, as Jürgen said, we are very eager for some of you to even stay in Denmark after graduation. You can stay in Denmark for up to 3 years after graduation. And as you can see in the numbers here, we have a low unemployment. The general unemployment rate right now is 2.9. For IT graduates and engineers, it's closer to 0%. There's high starting salaries. This one, the 4,700 is the general one. For IT and engineers, it's even higher. And then we have the work-life balance. We work 37 hours per week and have 5 weeks of paid holiday per year. Also, during your studies, as a non-EU student and as a Colombian, you're allowed to work for up to 20 hours per week. Edgar will also tell you a little bit more about that. So, but it's a very good way to also finance your studies while you're here, or finance your life with a student job. And some people start with a student job in like a service industry, restaurants, bars, or hotel, and then later they find a more student-relevant job. Aarhus is the second biggest city in Denmark. Not a lot of people have heard about it worldwide, but it is a very still international city. It's a university city with the campus right in the city, but it's also a big city where you have like large corporation headquarters, you have Michelin-starred restaurants, you have all these different things that you normally find in bigger cities, but still in a much closer proximity. It's a very well-educated city, as you can see. 33% of the city people living here are university educated, and there's a lot of students. Aarhus has actually been voted Denmark's student city #1 for 3 years in a row by the students in Denmark. And yeah, it's also a very old city. It was founded by the Vikings more than 1,000 years ago. It was called Aarhus at the time, but now it's Aarhus. And we offer 28 study programs taught in English within science and technology. I'll get more into detail about which one, but you can also find them all on our website, masters.au.dk. Here you can also find out if you're qualified for admission, how to apply, and all the important deadlines, also about tuition fees and scholarships and so on. Also, as Jürgen mentioned, there's an opportunity for PhD. The top one here is the regular way into PhD. You do your 2-year master program and then you go into PhD. But for some internationals, there could also be the middle part here, the number 2 possible option, where you do the first part of your master program the first year, and then you switch into a combined master and PhD. Then the second year of your master would be stretched into 2 years, so you also have time to do research. And then the last year, 2 years, you do full-time PhD. This also means that after the first year of master, you would actually start getting a salary. And that was also why I was a bit confused when Jürgen asked, because you would get a salary which is around, I think, just shy of 2,000 euros per month in the first 2 years, and then it would be around 3,400 in the last 2 years of the PhD. This is for students showing a great interest in research and also showing very good grades in their first exams in the master degree. The last one is mainly for local students who've already shown a true talent in their bachelor program. Also, a little bit more about admission to Aarhus University. We have 2 application periods. If you want to start in August, which is like the late August, close to 1st of September, you apply between 1st of November and 15th of January. This is where you can apply for all our programs. Also, for our engineering programs, we have a winter start. Then you apply between 17th of August and 15th of September. And then you start in late January. The tuition fee is 15,300 euros per year, and it is 2-year programs, all of them. We have tuition fee waivers available for top students. The tuition fee waiver will cover the full tuition fee for the 2 years. And then there's an application fee of 100 euros. These 100 euros will be given back to you if you are offered admission and you are accepted into the program. And if you accept, yeah. And a little bit more about the tuition fee waiver, because we always get a lot of questions about this. You don't apply for a tuition fee waiver. There's no application or motivational letter, anything like that. You automatically apply when you apply to study here. So we look at your application for the program, and then we look at your academic qualifications, like your grades and relevant courses, and then the best students will be given offered a tuition fee waiver. And admission requirements, these are like general for all programs. You need a relevant bachelor degree to join the master degree. So say you want to do a master degree in computer science, then you need a bachelor degree in computer science. If you want to study civil and architectural engineering like Edgar, you need a bachelor degree within the same area. Then you also need an English language test. We also accept Cambridge besides these, but for TOEFL it's 83 and for IELTS it's 6.5. And just note here that if you apply for the big intake where the deadline is January 15th, you actually don't have to have the admission test, English test ready before 1st of May. So you can send that in later. Here are the master programs we offer at the faculties of Natural Sciences and the Faculty of Technical Sciences. And I'll just briefly go about a few of them. So computer science is one of them. It's one of our bigger programs. As mentioned, it's all 2-year programs. It's 4 semesters. In computer science, you choose 2 specializations of the ones listed here. And then in the 3rd semester, you either do a 3rd specialization or electives. And electives that can be from computer science. It could also be from maybe data science or bioinformatics or statistics or an R&D project. So there's a lot of different opportunities in the 3rd semester. You could also do a semester abroad at one of our partner universities. And then the 4th semester is devoted to the thesis. And just to exemplify the admission requirements, you need, as I said, a relevant bachelor degree within computer science, but then this is what you kind of need in your bachelor degree. So you need to have 20 ECTS in programming, 20 ECTS in computer systems, 20 ECTS in theoretical computer science, 10 ECTS in human-computer interaction, and 20 ECTS in basic subjects like math and statistics. And ECTS is what we use in Europe as credits, and a bachelor degree is 180 credits, and that's 3 years. So 1 year of studies is equivalent to 60 ECTS. So I hope that could give you a little bit of sense of if you match this. But otherwise, I'm sure that Jürgen can also advise you on this. Engineering, we have 5 engineering programs: biotechnology and chemical engineering, civil and architectural engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. And a bit like computer science, it's built up of some specializations where you choose different study packages, again, depending on your interest. It could be like robotics or renewable energy, or third thing, Edgar will also tell a little bit more what he's studying. And then you also have some compulsory courses for engineering for the program. Again, electives, and that could be from another engineering. It could be also computer science, statistics, and we even have students have taken a business course from our business school, maybe entrepreneurship if you want to do something in that regard. So it's very flexible, and you can tailor it dependent on your own interest. So for me, I think it's only left to say that I hope that some of you will come and join us. I'm always available to, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out. I'll be happy to share this presentation, and I'll make sure to add my email as well. Also, do follow us on Instagram. We have students doing takeovers every week to share their student life, and you can talk to them. This week, it's actually Edgar. So you can reach out to him also afterwards on our Instagram, and he's sharing today what he's been doing and the sunny life in Aarhus today. You can also talk to Camilla, one of our student ambassadors from Colombia, about what it's like to study in Aarhus. So that was my part. You're more than welcome to ask questions now, but otherwise we can also do that after Edgar's presentation. Thank you so much.
So Gitte, I know that some of your programs are very, very well ranked worldwide. So is it cryptology that is like second best in the world, or
Yes.
which?
Yeah. Especially subspecializations within computer science are very well ranked. So yeah, computer science, cryptology is second in the world. I think it's only UCLA that's higher ranked. And in programming languages, we are number 9 in the world. And there's also algorithms. I think we're number 14. So yeah, very good ranked.
Yeah, cryptology second in the world among other worlds. It's amazing. I can just see that come up some questions, but I can ask them quickly. I have a question: study social work can apply to any master program in the field of human and social science?
Social work, again, it depends on what kind of courses you would have. Sorry, my computer just said I need power. Social work is a little bit harder. It depends, again, what is in your bachelor degree. So I would look into our website to see the relevant programs. Some of them are easier to get into as others. Like Camilla is studying intercultural studies, and she came with a bachelor in international business. So for some programs, it is possible. But look at our website. As I said, we have 28 programs within science and technology, but we have more than 50 programs taught completely in English. So there's also opportunities within business and social science and humanities.
There's one here. Can someone with a bachelor degree in economics pursue a data science program?
No. The data science program, you kind of need a bachelor degree in data science, and they have very specific requirements of what you need in your bachelor to join that program. I think this year they had close to 80 applicants, and I think 4 was offered admission, because it's very, very specific what you need to have in the bachelor degree for that one. And that's because the bachelor builds on the knowledge of the master builds on the knowledge in the bachelor, so you get even more specialized.
And then talking about neuroscience and neuroimaging. Have you got anyone in these areas?
We do, but it's in China.
Okay.
We have a collaboration with all the Danish university. We have a university center in China, in Beijing, and there's actually a program there in neuroimaging and neuroscience. But we do have a program in cognitive science, that could be maybe of interest. And that's in Aarhus.
Yes, because one question here I'm going to ask before we continue. So the seven, when if you're on the seventh semester, I think it's still start to prepare the documents roughly. So you need to print your entire pensium, like the course you have studied. That is very important to have that. And the course description, that is something you need, which can be translated through to English on like Google Translate or something. So you do not need to be an official translations. And prepare for the English exam. I think that is the most important thing, to get a good TOEFL score. I got TOEFL 83, I 6.5. Okay, I think we should continue. Then we'll answer. There came up quite a few questions here, but I think we should continue with your presentation, Edgar, and then we'll answer the other question in the end.
Yeah, sure. I'll share my screen now. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Is there any problem? I can make the presentation in Spanish, so it's a bit easier for our listeners. Perfecto. Bueno, hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Edgar, yo soy de México, estoy actualmente estudiando mi maestría, el máster en Ingeniería Civil y Arquitectura. Llevo aproximadamente 1.8 años aquí en Denmark, o sea, este año espero terminar, estamos en proceso de terminar la maestría, y también estoy trabajando con Guite en el International Center, de la universidad. Aquí andamos. ¿Por qué Dinamarca? Justamente por muchas de las razones que ya mencionaron Jorgen y Guite, principalmente la gran calidad de vida, es una de las ciudades más, bueno, de los países más felices del mundo, su ambiente laboral es muy flexible, dinámico, comprensible, hay oportunidades para trabajar medio tiempo mientras estás estudiando, se maneja muy bien con el inglés, no necesitas aprender otro idioma, aunque te lo recomiendan a veces, para que te ubiques o puedas establecer un poquito mejores de relaciones con otras personas. También hay oportunidades, como ya mencionó, dependiendo de la facultad y dependiendo del programa, hay oportunidades para pues, tener alguna beca, dependiendo de cómo estuvieron, pues ahora sí, dependiendo de su nivel de inglés y también las calificaciones principalmente. Y pues la universidad tiene una calidad de educación muy grande, facilidades muy buenas, el campus está muy bien equipado, es un ambiente internacional enorme, y pues también como mencionó Guite, el ambiente en las clases es un poco informal en cuestión de que los profesores no se sienten en una posición mayor que tú, sino es más bien como un espacio interactivo en el que ellos están compartiendo información, pero también están abiertos como que al diálogo y a las preguntas para generar esta parte de interés hacia el alumno, de poder generar un poquito más de preguntas y generar más conocimiento. Mm, Este, uy, me pasó. Como ya mencioné, yo también he tenido profesores muy experimentados. Uno de mis profesores en una materia que era de diseño de puentes, es una de las personas que diseñó el puente que cruza del puente de conexión desde Malmö hasta Copenhague. Y también trabajó en el puente que conecta igual la isla de donde está Copenhague hacia, pues ahora sí que la parte que está conectada a Europa. Nos dio como un seminario de 2 clases, entonces sí hay gente muy experimentada y muy, que está trabajando, que tiene investigaciones o tiene papers que son muy bien marcados y muy bien ubicados a nivel, pues ahora sí que investigación. Entonces, y no se siente cuando estás en clase, no pareciera que fueran esas personas tan eruditas o tan experimentadas. Hay mucho trabajo en equipo, te fomentan a trabajar o preguntar lo que sea, a generar como una discusión con tus compañeros y este trabajo colaborativo. Está muy enfocado a la investigación, como ya se mencionó tanto. Y sí es cierto que tienen un enfoque tienen un enfoque muy grande a la sustentabilidad. Entonces, muchas de las materias, por ejemplo, que yo he llevado, siempre te dan esa parte de sustentabilidad o esa parte de actualización que se está generando en los programas o en los diferentes ambientes actualmente en el trabajo para en pro de la sustentabilidad. La universidad también te da diferentes software para que puedas trabajar. Las licencias están actualizadas y están muy bien equipadas. Muchos de los, dependiendo de la carrera y dependiendo del máster y de la clase también, puedes tener eh, clases basadas en proyectos, exámenes que nada más sean basadas en una presentación oral o en una plática con el profesor uno a uno y alguien externo. O sea, es muy en este tipo de que es más, hay un mayor interés en que realmente tú estés aprendiendo y tú estés generando conocimiento a partir de un proyecto o de algo que ya esté. Eh, Aquí les puse más o menos cómo se vio el semestre pasado, la línea que yo elegí de ingeniería civil. Elegí la concentración en Innovative Structural Design. Como ven, tengo 3 materias que son obligatorias para todos los alumnos de ingeniería civil, que son Machine Learning, Sustainable, Structural Design y Research Methods. Y lo que dice Study Lines son materias específicas de esta concentración, de diseño estructural. Y el tercer semestre fueron de materias selectivas que yo elegí de acuerdo a lo que a mí me gustaría hacer. Y el último semestre, que es en el que actualmente estoy, pues es mayormente el trabajo de mi tesis. Aquí les pongo algunos ejemplos de algunos programas que he utilizado en cuestión de diseño, mayormente en diseño estructural, pero más enfocado a a los esfuerzos que se generan en contacto. Por ejemplo, diseño de una nave industrial, cuáles son los efectos dinámicos de desplome de alguna estructura, diseño un poquito más eh, arquitectónico, pero con otra perspectiva para generar una mejor vista o algo más, no quiero decir fuera de lo común, pero no tan cotidiano. Entonces, hay diferentes propuestas o diferentes proyectos que se pueden generar. Así se ve una semana ahorita actualmente de las que en donde yo estoy. Pues, si se dan cuenta, tengo muchísimas horas trabajando en el laboratorio por parte de mi tesis. Tengo algunas horas enfocadas a escribir mi tesis. También tengo mi trabajo en el International Center también. Tengo también otro trabajo como bartender en el que también estoy algunas tardes, noches o fines de semana. Entonces ahí estoy trabajando con 2 empleos. Em, si tienen la posibilidad o si están también pensando en venir a Dinamarca, especialmente en Aarhus, la universidad, eh, yo creo que te da muchas cosas y muchas herramientas para que tú puedas conocer cómo es la vida aquí. Entonces, eh, hay diferentes blogs en donde puedes leer la perspectiva de los alumnos. Hay una plataforma en la que puedes chatear con alumnos actualmente estudiando, ya sea lo que tú quieres estudiar o que también son de algún país latinoamericano, no quiero decir de Colombia porque no hay muchos, pero podrían venir más, y pueden preguntarles más personalmente, pues ahora sí que cómo está el programa, cómo consiguieron, no sé, vivienda, cómo lo hicieron con el proceso, etcétera. Este, yo creo que tienen un gran apoyo con Jorgen para lo de el permiso de residencia y todo lo que en cuestión de papeles, entonces es una gran ventaja, no lo tienen que hacer por ustedes. Igual para conseguir casa o dormitorio, entonces también está muy bien. Si tienen alguna duda, también yo creo que es muy interesante porque aquí en Dinamarca se basa mucho en usar Facebook. Entonces, si ustedes buscan algunos grupos en Facebook, Dinamarca tiene varios y muchos usan Facebook para prácticamente todo lo que se tenga que hacer aquí. O sea, hay muchos eventos, hay muchas cuestiones, preguntas, entonces también por ahí te las pueden responder. Y si están pensando y si fueron aceptados desde una perspectiva personal, yo les invito y les exhorto a que vengan a los días de introducción, porque ahí es donde empiezan a conocer a más personas. Igual de que descárguense Duolingo para conocer una o dos palabras para que no estén perdidos con el danés, porque sí está un poquito difícil si hablas español. Aquí también les dejo un ejemplo de lo que estoy ganando ahorita con mis 2 trabajos y cuánto estoy gastando. En total, con mis 2 trabajos, de medio tiempo, estoy ganando como 7,500, coronas, que son aproximadamente $1,000. Eh, Puede variar, a veces es un poquito más, a veces es un poquito menos, dependiendo de las horas que yo estoy trabajando al mes. Y pues en lo que en lo que se me va el el salario prácticamente es en renta, pero me queda, o sea, me queda suficiente dinero para todo lo demás y aparte otras cuestiones personales para disfrutar. Entonces está muy bien. Y por ejemplo, el trabajo de bartender podría decirse como que una de las partes en las que es el salario mínimo. Entonces hay otros trabajos y hay otras oportunidades, sobre todo en la industria, en donde tú puedes incluso generar un poquito más de dinero por hora. Entonces, para que lo tomen en cuenta. Y hay muchas cosas que hacer en Aarhus. Como dijo Guite, no es tan oscuro. O sea, justamente ahorita que estamos en época de primavera y verano, el clima es hermoso, a mi parecer. El sol, hay mucho sol, viento a veces, mm, no se siente, en México decimos que no se siente mucho bochorno de calor, entonces se siente muy ameno. Eh, y pues nada más repiten algunas cosas. Conoces gente de todas partes del mundo prácticamente. Es un ambiente internacional muy grande. Igual aquí en Dinamarca tienen una cultura hacia el trabajo voluntario en el que también puedes conocer otras personas. Hay muchas expectativas para trabajo, o sea, muchas oportunidades. La universidad, mientras estás estudiando, también te ofrece pláticas o cosas en las que te puedes estar envolviendo en el trabajo. Sí, el clima es un poco inesperado, pero por eso aprendes a amar y a apreciar estos días soleados que se tienen. Y pues eso es todo por mi parte. Muchas gracias.
Bueno, gracias César. Pues están llegando bastantes preguntas y creo que hay una pregunta que en español, unos en inglés, una mezcla muy, muy buena acá. So I think we'll try to like answer some questions in English and then some in Spanish. Edgar, if you like to, you can answer the ones in Spanish in the chat room. And then, so do the chat, answer the question in Spanish on the chat if you can. And then I'll try to do one in English with Gitte. So here's a question. I'm going to try to see where I stopped. Okay. Last thread. Okay. Because I was batting. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're talking about its ECTS and equivalent. I believe like a credit here in Colombia is equivalent to 1.5 ECTS. So we look at here in Colombia, in Denver do like about 30 ECTS, while here in Colombia do about 20 credits. That's about what it's equivalent to, if I'm not wrong, Gitte. Looking at the ECTS.
Yeah, we have ECTS, but I don't know the equivalent for the Colombian because I believe some of your bachelor degrees are 4 years and some are 5, right? So I don't know
That's
if you
correct.
can actually how you do that.
Yeah.
But there's a national Danish handbook for these things where you can see what is similar. And I think, Edgar, you probably is the same experience for Mexico, how you do it.
Yeah, actually, I also had kind of the same problems because in Mexico we also have it in just credits. But what I did is I just asked for my university to like translate the credits of each of the courses, and they put like the amount of hours that it is equivalent. And there's like I think from the EU, there's like a web page which shows that how many credits correspond to how many hours. So it was a little bit of work, but luckily the university was pretty helpful that they helped me do this like conversion, which is said like, oh, like 10 credits is like how many hours, which is this ECTS.
Then his question is: have you got any program in epidemiology?
In what?
In like epidemiology?
No, like
Epidemiology.
epidemics.
Yeah.
No, well, we have like molecular biology and biotechnology and chemical engineering. So then it's like more the medicine part of it. But all our programs within medicine are only taught in Danish.
I have a master in statistics. Can I apply for a computer science program? So I've
If
done
you
like
have-
a master.
Yeah, if you have the courses that I showed before, so if you have courses within computer science, computer systems, programming, and so on, then it doesn't matter the title of your program as long as you have the right courses. But I would assume that you would lack some courses in computer science if you've done a bachelor in statistics. But again, depending.
Yeah, we need to have a look at it case by case.
Yeah, it's and again, we only look if you have the relevant courses. So you don't have to send any motivational letter or we don't look at work experience, anything like that. We only look at your academic qualifications in the bachelor.
Yeah. Then is there any math program related to linguistics or philology?
We have linguistics also taught in English. So that can be applied for. It's at the Faculty of Arts, so you can find it on the master.au.dk. So that's also an opportunity. And maybe also mentioning that you can apply in the same application, you can apply for up to 3 programs. So if you're uncertain, for instance, if you can join statistics, you can put that as your first priority. And maybe if you're really eager to go to Aarhus University, then put computer science as your second priority. And then, as I showed, you have the opportunity to do electives. Then you can take electives from statistics if you're interested in that area still as well, or the other way around. You can do statistics and take electives from computer science.
There's a question here about, I'm interested in doing a master in biology, but I'm studying forestry and engineering. Can I apply?
The same as with computer science, you go into our website and find biology, and then you can see the specific admission requirements for biology, so you can see which kind of courses you'd need from your bachelor degree. I can't remember all of them specifically.
It's quite a few.
Yeah.
And then, I have a question to the mechanical engineering program. Is it required to present a specific test? I don't think so, is it? You don't have any more specific. No. If I already have a master degree in engineering, can I apply directly to the PhD program? I think you can.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's often the same researchers that you have as teachers. They are also the ones doing research and having PhD students. So if there's a specific area that you're very interested in within mechanical engineering or computer science, say again, cryptology, you're very interested in that, then you could just reach out to one of your professors because they're also in charge of the PhD part and ask about these opportunities. And they're always very eager to get PhD students that are already here as master students because they know them. Especially if you're doing well, then it's a lot easier.
Exactly. So say as in Spanish, la cara del santo hace milagros. Así es.
I didn't get to that part in Duolingo yet.
so Edgar, how would you translate that? Or Valer, how would you translate that?
the face of the wise is the what gets you far, something like that.
Pretty much like to show your face, like to be here helps a lot. I would say like to get to know the people. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course you can't promise anything, but it definitely is easier than just sending an email.
Yeah. When you look at a scholarship, is that based on GPA or what do you look at when it comes to the scholarship?
Yeah, it's mainly based on your GPA, but then they also try to spread out. So I think this year a big program like computer science, where I think last year we had 10 non-EU students. 5 of them are on a scholarship, the tuition fee waiver. Smaller programs where there's less non-EU students, maybe 1 student will have tuition fee waiver, or 1 or 2 students, and it's normally they look at a GPA, and sometimes only in the relevant programs. So not if you also studied sports science and you're interested in computer science, then that wouldn't count.
And the computer science is a very, very good option. Very good option. Look at a scholarship, beginner scholarship. So I think there are no scholarship for linguistics. Am I right or I'm wrong?
There is actually the School of Business and the Faculty of Arts. They have a different setup. So here you both get a tuition fee waiver and a monthly stipend from the Danish government. It's a Danish state scholarship. But then when you get both things, then there's a lot fewer scholarships. So I think at the whole Faculty of Arts, I think maybe 5 or 6 are on this scholarship, and the same with the business school. Maybe it's 8, but it's a very smaller number. So at the Faculty of Technical and Natural Science, we decided to just give the tuition fee waiver because then we could give to twice as many students.
And then here's a question about someone like doing a PhD more or less. So I study civil engineering. I'm part of FDL research group, but I don't have any papers published yet. Is this a problem for my application? So he hasn't showed any research papers yet. Is that a problem?
Not if you want to start a PhD, I would say. But again, PhD is for in Denmark you separate being a student and being, as you said, a worker as PhD. So you'd have to reach out to the relevant PhD school to talk to them about how to apply for a PhD.
So here's another question about a master degree in renewable energy with emphasis on nuclear energy. Which program would you recommend in this case? And program in renewable energy with emphasis on nuclear energy.
What do you think, Eddie? It must be something engineering.
Yeah, yes. It should be something in engineering, but I mean, you can also dive into the programs that we have available and check if something aligns, but I'm not quite sure if there's something that specific.
No, well, some of them have in each of the programs, like for instance, mechanical engineering, then you can see the study lines within the program that you can choose, and then you can see there's one about renewable energy, but and then you can see what courses is in that study line. So it's actually very easy to see what you actually will study. But there's also something like nanoscience. So again, it depends on if it's like materials or if it's more within engineering.
Then the question came up here about how you finance your studies, Edgar. I think you already showed that. And then Edgar, should we answer this question? Edgar, thank you for the information. For people with a bachelor degree in architecture without civil engineering, is it possible to take this program?
You have to check, because for civil engineering, as other engineering programs, as Kiri mentioned, you have to check what your program had as bachelor, and then you need to see if you're qualified depending on the things that they ask you. I think in civil and architectural engineering, they ask you a lot for statistics, for structures, materials, some probabilistics, and and some very few things about management, but it needs to it requires like a certain amount of ECTS to apply for the master's. So if you fulfill this, you can check it and apply.
Then here's a common question about molecular biology. Have you got any look at molecular biology? Which program would you recommend here?
Yeah, again, we have molecular biology, but I know that they get a lot of applications, and they don't, same as with statistics and data science, they don't let in as many students because they are very specific requirements. So I would also look into something like bioinformatics, which where the admission requirements aren't as strict, and then maybe look into what kind of courses that you can take as electives in these programs that admits more students. So again, look into like having maybe a second option to molecular biology as bioinformatics. But we do have both programs.
But by when do you need like the IELTS or TOEFL score when it comes to application?
If you apply within the big round, where you have the deadline at 15th of January, then you need the test result before 1st of May.
Okay, very good. Okay, so like about the budget, I think we've been looking at that a little bit. There's a question in Spanish. Trabajo social para aplicar alguna programa maestría en cualquier ciencias humanas sociales. Edgar.
Sí, en la Escuela de Artes creo que también hay unos programas que son como de trabajo social o de estudios internacionales, y también tienen como que ciertas especializaciones en las que tú puedes elegir si es algo que a ti te gustaría realizar.
And then when it comes to applying for the programs, I think you don't need a diploma to be able to apply, but you think you need to be in last semester. Is that right, Kitten?
Yes, you can send in your diploma later. I think I can't remember if it's 1st of May or 1st of June. So you can send it in later, but still before you start, because we need to have you graduated before you can start the process of getting your residence permit. So let me just double check the deadline. Yeah, 1st of July is the latest you need to have uploaded your diploma of your completed bachelor degree.
And we will share the recording with you guys after this meeting. And then when it comes to scholarships, there's one scholarship which is 100%, and then one with a 50% of the tuition fee. And if you have done a master, you can still do another master degree. That's not really a problem. Having two master degrees is easy.
But if there's a limitation on intake, which all our programs in natural science have, and soon also technical science, then you would be last in line. So check with the admission office. I would say that it can be quite hard if you have a master degree already and you have completed it. So if you're even thinking about doing a master degree and you're now doing a master degree, then maybe not finish it, because then you won't have a diploma on it. So check with our admission office with these very specific things, but it might not, you can apply, but then you'd be last in line. And since there's a limitation on intake on most of the programs, it would not happen.
Okay. Yeah, good, very good explanation. So reach out to us. We can have a look at it. If we can, perhaps there are other programs, other universities as well. But perhaps we need to have a look at it. Is there any programs? On plant breeding or genetics?
Well, we have some agro-sciences programs within agrobiology that might have also. There's also something about plants. So I would look into that. They have different study lines. And actually, I think this program will only admit students in 2025 also, because then it will be changed around, because we are starting a veterinary program in Aarhus. So they have to change all the agro-science programs. So as it is right now, it will only be like that next year. But we have within agro and plant sciences.
there's some question about the English. So if we look at the TOEFL and IELTS, well, if the TOEFL result is expired, which is but you need to have like it's been valid. The TOEFL result is valid for 2 years, and that's
Yes.
it. Otherwise, you need to do it again. They don't accept IELTS general, no. IELTS academic, 6.5. If you look at the scholarship, it covers tuition fee it's between 50% and 100%. Then, are there different approaches in a master degree in architectural engineering? So, are there any tracks you can choose in architectural engineering program?
Well, Edgar, that's you. You are studying architectural engineering.
Yeah. Can you repeat? I think.
Yeah. So on the tracks, are there any tracks in the architecture program? So like it's like, oh, I can focus on this one, or is it the same for everybody?
I think the only track that requires a bit more of like specific things when you're applying is building science. But other than that, you can choose between, for example, innovative structural design, structural mechanics, I think it's called. The other is management, and the other there's another one which I don't remember.
Yeah,
but
so there's different lines.
there's different lines, and some of them share a lot of like courses, like for example, structural design and structural mechanics share a lot of like similar courses. There's only like maybe 1 or 2 that change a bit, but with your elective courses, you can choose some of the other courses from other lines, or just make like a mix or see which one you would like to be studying.
And then there's a question about the scholarship. The scholarship you were talking about, I think that covers the one in mathematics and statistics, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Correct.
You also have scholarships for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. If you need any more information for like the topics of the master program, send us an email or contact us on WhatsApp, and we're more than happy to help you out with all the pages. When you look at what's included in master programs, we're more than happy to reach out to you with that. So then it's a question about where and okay, so yeah, we will help you out with the entire application process. Send us an email, send us a WhatsApp message, and we will help you with the entire application process. Okay, in the age limit on the scholarship, Gitte?
No, we don't look at age. We only look at your grades.
Very good. So, well, here's a question about another university, about SDU, another university that we represent as well. So, well, we look at studying in Denmark. IELTS 6.5, that's what you need. There's no English overall band score 7, no, 6.5, that's it. So, well, 12, 10, we always did it in 1 hour, which is always our aim. So, Pilar, okay, here comes another one question just came up. Do you have areas of specialization in artificial intelligence and computer vision?
Yes, we do. We have like data visualization within computer science. That's one of the specializations. So there's definitely opportunities in that area as well, and that's a growing area.
Fantastic.
We have a Spanish student called Juan, who's one of our ambassadors. If you go to the computer science website, and he's now doing a PhD in this area, and he also did his master degree. So you can reach out to him and have a chat with him.
Fantastic.
Another Juan, yeah.
So, Pilar, Edgar, Gitte, thanks for being with us here today. Pilar, any last words for the ones here connected at Universidad Nacional?
Yes, sure. I'm going to switch to Spanish para explicar a nuestra audiencia el proceso de aplicación, ya pues siendo estudiantes o egresados de la universidad en general. El primer paso es identificar el programa académico que quieren estudiar, en este caso pues con la Universidad de Aarhus. También si tienen inquietudes sobre otras instituciones nórdicas pueden consultar con el Instituto Nórdico. Tengan presente que son diferentes procesos para hacer la aplicación, tanto interna en la universidad para la movilidad académica, esa es una aplicación, otra aplicación diferente es para el programa académico. Para acceder a ese programa es una aplicación diferente, una segunda aplicación, y una tercera es a la beca, que pues estos procesos tienen que pues hacerlos casi que en paralelo para que puedan aplicar a estas oportunidades y tener en cuenta los tiempos. Esto es muy clave. Y pues si tienen pensado aplicar para este año o para el siguiente, realmente las condiciones no suelen cambiar tanto entre un año y otro, cambia una que otra cosa de pronto en niveles, pero pues tienen que tener claras esas como condiciones. En caso también de cualquier consulta en las ORIS, en las oficinas de relaciones interinstitucionales o en las oficinas de enlace en las sedes de presencia nacional o en los programas de internacionalización de las facultades, pueden consultar y ahí les dan toda la asesoría. En caso, pues viendo las preguntas de hoy, que son preguntas muy puntuales de temas específicos que ustedes tengan alguna inquietud, pueden consultar con sus profesores directamente. De pronto algún profesor que ustedes hayan tenido que sea experto o afín a esos temas que ustedes tienen en mente, hacer la consulta directamente con ellos, que tienen de pronto una visión más amplia de acuerdo pues a sus expectativas académicas, qué universidad o qué institución pueden aplicar, y en muchos casos los ponen en contacto directamente con profesores que ya están en estas otras universidades en el exterior para que también acompañen estos procesos de aplicación. Entonces, pues, tanto la Universidad Nacional de Colombia, desde todas las áreas de internacionalización y de relacionamiento estratégico, como las embajadas en Colombia, que pues son muy cercanas a nosotros como universidad, también a instituciones como el Instituto Nórdico, están muy atentos a apoyar todos estos procesos. Nosotros diariamente hacemos publicación de todas estas oportunidades para que puedan aplicarlas, puedan aprovechar los tiempos. Muchas veces son muy cortos porque son pocas plazas también para aplicar, entonces para que sigan las redes sociales de la Dirección de Relaciones Exteriores, de las ORIS, de las oficinas de enlace del Instituto Nórdico, de las embajadas. Muchas veces pueden aplicar, como se mencionaba, a becas del gobierno directamente, o becas de las instituciones o de otras instituciones, agencias de cooperación internacional, por ejemplo. Entonces son oportunidades que vale la pena aprovechar, pues todos están muy cordialmente invitados a seguir todas estas redes. También, pues muchísimas gracias, Jorgen. Thank you, Guite. Gracias, Edgar, por esta información tan importante.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah. No, thanks a lot, Edgar. And Gitte, Edgar, why should you come and study at Aarhus University?
I don't know. I would say, I would say it's a really big opportunity to study in a university that is really well positioned in rankings, and it offers you a lot in terms of what you can get in the position. Also, in general, coming to Denmark is like the opportunities for international students are quite big. And like the environment has been, like talking from my experience, it has been really good, really fruitful. I have learned a lot. I have met amazing people. The weather either than is changing and sometimes surprising. It's been quite amazing, and I have found amazing opportunities that I think I wouldn't have gotten them probably in Mexico or in any other part of the world.
And Gitte, any last words before we finish?
Well, it's funny. I'm here in Berlin right now, speaking to colleagues from Humboldt University in Berlin, Princeton in the US, and other European universities, and we talked about the services for international students, and I think that's also what I hear from international students at Aarhus University, which is quite unique, that we actually have services for students coming for a full degree, not only coming for exchange. So our welcome week, for instance, is also for full degree students. So we kind of help taking care of our international students, because we know it's a big transition coming from Colombia, Mexico, to come to Denmark, and we want to make sure that you have a good life here and you feel good, because we want to make sure if you feel good, then you can also do well in your studies, and maybe also want to stay in Denmark if you have a good start to your studies. So for us, we really try to take care of our international students, and I think that's, apart from all the things that Edgar said, I think that's also quite important, and also, of course, the opportunities to stay in Denmark afterwards is also very good. I think it's one of our students' assistant looked at it, and it's one of the best in Europe right now, that you can stay for 3 years.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very good. So, well, so thanks a lot, Pilar, Edgar, Gitte, again. We got another webinar coming up next week with Universidad Nacional. It's with another well-known university called Uppsala University. That is next week. That's going to be published on your web. They will share the information with you from Universidad will share with information. But yeah, Aarhus, an amazing option, as you can see, very well ranked, a lot of opportunities to stay, very good salaries, a good PhD is a very good option as well. So yeah, we are here to help you with all these things regarding application, like visa, everything. We're here to help you with this, and it won't cost you anything. You will pay everything to university, and to us, you won't pay anything. If you would like to do an IELTS preparation course or do an FAQ translate, that costs some money. Everything else is completely for free when it comes to us. So thanks a lot again. And yeah, for you, have a good evening. For us, have a good lunch. And that's it. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.